Hi, I'm Elise Duplin, and this is my summative blog report for MBA 622 Spring Semester 2015. We were asked to write blogs throughout this course every week, highlighting our ideas or thoughts on each module we covered as a group. I'm going to highlight each one of those blogs and how I applied it into my daily work interactions with my coworkers, my own managers, and the development that I felt I had over the course of this class. So the first blog, we were asked to write about management styles and how we would prefer to be managed. It really made me think a little bit more. I am aspiring to be a manager in my own company, and I do really appreciate the way that both my managers manage myself and teammates. They give us a lot of freedom, and they also support the decisions that we make, regardless if it ends up with a negative or a positive outcome. And I kind of aspired or felt that I would want to be a manager similar to their style. After reading some of the blogs of my classmates who are already managers, I definitely got some ideas or concepts from them, but made me realize that management might not be as easy as I thought it was. That doesn't mean I don't still want to be one, but it made me definitely look at managing differently and kind of start to develop some of my own concepts or ideas for when I am a manager someday. Personality traits was our second blog, and we were each asked to take personality tests. The number one trait that came up in my personality test was agreeable. I looked at that at first as a good thing. I'm not necessarily a yes man, but I am not a difficult person either. So I looked at it as a positive trait, but then it made me think a little bit more in the videos that we watched and some of the articles that we read for that module, that maybe I'm a part of groupthink and maybe I'm just going along with what everyone else says. So pretty much from that point forward, I would go into meetings with a little bit of a different approach and trying to look at every viewpoint and not just the viewpoint or the general consensus of my team. And I've been continuing to try and adopt that philosophy ever since. The third blog we had to write about was respect, and this one probably resonated the most with me. For the company that I work for, we have employees that have MBA level educations. I work with sales managers, vice presidents of sales, higher up executives on a daily basis, but I also work with employees who are hourly. I work with some immigrant employees who barely have their high school education, let alone college. And the number one quality or trait I would say that is so important with dealing with individuals from all walks of life is respect. Respecting people regardless if they're your manager, if they're a coworker, if they're an employee that you never interact with, because it takes every one of those individuals to make you successful and to implement the programs and ideas that you have. And I've found that in treating every person that I interact with daily with respect, that you not only get respect in return, but they actually are a lot easier to deal with down the road. The fourth blog was about body language. This one too resonated with me a lot because there are some body language, I guess, flaws or characteristics that I actually do daily that kind of made me reevaluate, for example, crossing my legs. We learned in that module of body language that crossing your legs can make you come off a little bit standoffish or distant. So ever since then, actually I'm doing it right now, I've tried to avoid crossing my legs, crossing my arms, anything that would make me come off as distant or standoffish. I definitely don't want that to be the perception, and I really never realized how much body language does speak to others until other coworkers started to kind of point it out to me, asking, "Are you tired? Is something okay?" And from then on out, it just made me realize that body language is as important, if not more important, than the language or the verbal message that you're trying to portray. Blog number 5 was about decision making within groups. This blog really made me reflect on the group work that I do daily, weekly, monthly with my own teammates at work. I think personally we have a great group of sales team members and that we work very well and collaboratively together, but there's always kind of that hint of competitiveness because we all are trying to get out and hustle a sale, and with limited resources, some people are going to get the sale and other ones aren't. But overall, and with that being said, I think we make a great team. We all contribute ideas. Sometimes there is a degree of groupthink, but again, adopting the idea of looking at every viewpoint or maybe thinking outside of the box has really helped me in developing and coming into our group meetings with a little bit of a different mentality. Blog number 6 was about teamwork. So I first evaluated the teamwork that I do within my own company and on my own team, and like I mentioned, I think I have a great group of team members. But also, the team project that we did for this class really kind of made me step outside of my comfort zone and kind of brought me back to my undergrad days, but also made me realize how difficult it can be, especially considering we did all of this online. Unfortunately, we're never able to meet in person, but I think we did a great job. All that being said, I think we did a great job in communicating with one another. We did have kind of a mediator, or someone did step up and create an outline for us. Every one of us contributed in a timely manner. I ended up putting the presentation together just given my background in sales and marketing, but overall I would say there were some challenges. I personally think maybe a little more planning ahead of my own development. It helped me to realize not to procrastinate as much, and also to be open-minded. And that kind of went back to the decision-making and teamwork blogs as well, is just because I might have some experience or expertise doesn't mean that other team members can't bring that same expertise or experience as well. Closing statements, I really enjoyed this class. I would say that it's probably the best class for first-time MBA students to take, and I would absolutely recommend any first-time MBA student to take it as well. Thank you.